Hello and welcome back to Riven. We just arrived at what I assume is the Moiti hideout. Don't really see a way to get there. Can walk this way though. That's locked. That's locked. Weird dagger statue. You want? What do you want?
Palo! Palo!
What do you?
Yo, hola!
Hey!
Yo,
Hey!
hola!
Ah, shit. Motherfucker. Well, I mean, I am kind of an intruder, aren't I? They don't know me. I mean, I guess...
Bukalini.
Ukulele. I guess we're getting there. Alright. Oh. My prisoner now. Arrive on Tay. What was that other door? There's nothing over to this side. Hello? Anyone speak English? Oh. What the hell just happened? Oh.
Katarina e now da saya yapalo. Yapa ay manay yalepo.
Sure.
Milti sai.
She said something about Catherine.
Bekaretere wira pe yelo kene falapo. Tisai. Why te fulupe?
For me, some light reading to pass the time.
Now Katarina ne. Wisi fa polo ya sepe yai.
Uh-huh. Two books. Someone knocking? Well, where's my mouse? Oh boy, more cursive. I write quickly from my prison. Along with this journal, I've instructed Neela to return the book that the Moiti intercepted upon your arrival. After questioning her, I've concluded that it was written by Atrus for a very specific purpose. Gen will wish to use it, though he will undoubtedly be suspicious. Once it's out of the way, you'll still need the combination to release me. I'm told he keeps it somewhere in his outpost on 233. Then I assume with the signal Atrus. I think I know how it might be done, but don't attempt it before I'm released, Catherine. Oh, there's more. Oh, no, that was it. So this is like a letter just moved in here, and this is part of the actual journal. It's been 1 week since I linked to Riven, and I'm still reeling from the changes I witnessed. Even before my eyes could adjust, the smell of my homeland embraced me. The sweet salt air was instantly familiar, but the scene that soon resolved was not. As I stood there, struggling to make sense of what I was seeing, a violent clang sounded, and the bars appeared before me. It was then that I must have been darted. My memory after is cloudy. Did the Moiti build that prison that you spawn into when arriving here? Huh. The Ruinese man, shabbily dressed in militaristic attire, was shouting something at me. He seemed to be attempting to speak Dani. His grasp of the language was not so poor that I could not make out his words. And then the world went dark. Many voices passed, until I at last awoke to a familiar face, Etty. After all this time, she's still as warm and kind as ever. Yet the years have clearly wounded her, as they wounded everyone whose world became a prison when Gen was trapped here. Everything is tinged with pain and loss, even Etty's bright smile, though she does her best to hide it. A desperate urgency, squelched by unuttered fears, seethes beneath her cordial veneer. When Atreus and I left Gen here, all those years ago, I was haunted by visions of what had become my people, and how they might have come to suffer under his rule. But the injustices I imagined were nothing compared to the atrocities that have actually come to pass. The following is a chronicle of what I have learned, a record of all that has happened, should I no longer be here to tell it. The moiety. It seems the confrontation that led to Gen's entrapment on Riven was witnessed by some of the Rivenese, but their interpretation of the event was skewed, no doubt due to Gen's overinflated view of himself. Atreus and I had hoped that stripping him of his ability to link to other worlds might lead people to conclude that his claims of godhood were false, but it appears the opposite has come to pass. If Gen was a god, and we had vanquished him, then we must be greater gods. I was thus assured that my absence was only temporary, and that I would surely return one day to set the world right again. Thus the moiety, the name they adopted after Gen's disparaging use of the term, were born. Sworn enemies of Gen, and devotees of me. I had no inkling of this misconception about myself until 2 days ago, though in hindsight it makes perfect sense, given the way I've been treated. For their part, they naturally assumed an omniscient deity might be well aware of their own divine status. There was no need to inform me. I only finally pieced it together during a recent underground gathering, where they reenacted their version of the story of my life. A riveting tale that culminated with the confrontation between Atreus, myself, and Gen at the edge of the fissure. Events had been exaggerated to such grandiose proportions that I found it hard at times to suppress my laughter. And yet, this myth has also given them courage to stand against Gen, and the hope that they might someday be delivered from the relentless inhumanities of his authoritarian rule. Even so, the fact that I am the one who has been cast as their savior, an omnipotent being who will one day return to Riven, overthrow Gen, and lead them to a new paradise, is deeply unsettling. I would do anything to free my people from this hellish existence, but I am not who they think I am. How, though, can I dissuade them from this motion without also crushing their hopes? As Gen's power grew, so did the moiety, and in order to evade his persecution, for he would wipe them all out in an instant if he could, they had to become more and more adept to concealing themselves. He made use of a network of caves that so far he has failed to discover, but I fear it's only a matter of time before they're found out. Secret passage to the rebel linking room. 3 bowl must be lit. Oh! I know what that is. That's how you can get in there without having to go through the submarine. Screenshot of that. Further jeopardizing their existence is the fact that the moiety absolutely refuse to sever their ties with those who have sided with Gen. The two factions thus live together in surprising harmony, their overarching sense of cultural unity appearing to outweigh their schism, at least for now. I heard today that Father and Enant were inducted into Gen's labor force. I so longed to see them, but a dimness shrouded Etty's face so abruptly when I asked of them that it left me hesitant to press the matter further. I must know the truth eventually, but I fear the news will not be good. From the moment of their inception, the moiety have sought to disrupt Gen's plans at every turn, sabotaging his construction, stealing from his precious stockpiles, and keeping an even watchful eye on his every move. They shroud themselves with dark coverings and delight in the fact that their enemies are often frightened by them, by their wrath-like appearance, and their almost preternatural ability to wreak havoc without detection or consequence. It was in the course of one of these forays that I was fortunately rescued when I first linked to Riven. I shudder to think what might have become of me had that scout not been there to intervene. Gen would certainly be hunting for me now, no doubt furious at his grand failure to detain me. He must be even angrier though, at the loss of the linking book he surely assumed I brought with me, that I was deceived into linking into Riven without a way back is a bitter yet fortunate fact, for it may well have meant the death of us all, had a path back to the knee fallen into his destructive hands. When he finally discovers that I came here empty-handed, he'll be angrier still. This is some consolidation, at least. So that's why he had to, Atreus had to send us without a book too. Huh. I've glimpsed the final breath of a dying age. A tiny blade cuts the void. The white hole divided, again and again, dipped in black. The mib drips red. The art of genocide. Today I ventured above grounds to see for myself what has become of the island. I hoped it wouldn't be as bad as the moiety had reported. It was worse. Having lived with it for so long, the Rivenese has become inured to the steady decay around them, but I was devastated. As we wound our way through the underbrush, I found myself once again breathing in my youth. The ocean air transporting me back in a matter of seconds. But as my eyes again took hold of the warmth of those memories vanished, and I was left with nothing but numbness. We had reached a bluff that had not been there the last time I visited my home. Riven, which was once one island, had split into 5 distinct pieces that have since drifted apart at an astonishing rate. 4 of these has been claimed by Gen as his exclusive domain. Only those who have sworn the loyalty to him are even allowed to access them. From my vantage point at the edge of the trees, I could see 3 of them, now blighted with Gen's maniacal constructions. These islands are closely guarded and pose great personal risk to the moiety, though that hasn't kept them from doing whatever they can to thwart Gen's endeavors there. Where is this showing? Should I... You know what? Let me just do that. The 4th island I could not see, as it has crept away to some distance and now lies concealed by fog. Moiety said that Gen originally governed from this small island, living and working in a protected space he built for himself atop a stump that remains where the great tree used to stand. That must be Prison Island then. The only surviving forest is located here, on the largest island, where the village also remains. This island was ostensibly intended to be the province of the people, but it too had been irreversibly marred by Gen's oppressive intrusions. Words fall, brittle brown leaves, masquerading as green, should never have held. Lives both bloomed, and as yet unseeded. I felt nothing today. I am an outcast among outcasts, the diaspora of a dying world. Despite my repeated protestations, the moiety continue to treat me differently, their desperate need precluding any dissuasions from the belief that I am some sort of messiah come to save them. They misconstrued my every move as a validation of their faith, whispering of how I walked the island, bold and unafraid, mistaking my outrage at the island's devastation for bravery. But I am afraid, for I know something that the moiety do not. The underlying reason for the island's accelerated decay. Gen wrote this world, and so it will fail, as all of Gen's ages ultimately fail. I must make the moiety understand this, but I cannot talk to Eti. There were brief moments, soon after my arrival, when my divine status was forgotten, and I was simply Catran again. But they are almost non-existent now. There is one person, however, who seems immune to these fallacious motions, Nella. Her gaze has never faltered whenever I dared hint at the uncomfortable truth. I feel I could trust her to bear the full brunt of it. What are these scribbles down here? It's one of those stars with a 5 in it. You know what? Let me take a screenshot. Gen is making books. How did I not know this until now? Atreus and I knew he would likely attempt it, as he has adopted the paranoid practice of writing all of the necessary materials into his ages. He's been exploiting the natural resources and the people of Riven as fodder for his mad pursuit to further his colonialist ideals. Thankfully, it sounds as if he has not yet succeeded. As painful as it's been, the fact that I've returned to Riven at this crucial juncture is fortunate. The age is crumbling, my people are suffering, and if Gen succeeds in securing his freedom, other worlds will suffer the same. Moiety are looking to me. I may only be mortal, but I have to do something. That's the contraption from the start of the game, I think. Let's take a screenshot of that too. It's been a long time since my last entry. There is much to tell. It was hard to recognize, but I found the Starfisher. It is located on what Gen refers to as his Temple Island, though the moiety prefer to use the Runese word Alapo, which means water pool. We've thus taken to referring to the void itself as Ala Turam, pool of stars. It is the very fissure that allowed Atreus and me to escape this age, without leaving a linking book behind us. Though it has since been sealed with a skim of heavy iron, several derelict devices from that time remain mounted to its surface, including a hatch with a window viewport, a large telescope, and the mechanical lift that was used to install it. The combination to which was acquired by the moiety long ago. Oh shit! We got the combo. Oh, but it's written in Rivenese numbers. Shit. In the early days, the moiety briefly considered reopening the fissure. Thankfully, they decided against it. Had they attempted it back then, the results might well have been catastrophic. Were it to do so today, it would certainly mean the end of Riven. I'm told that in the days immediately following Gen's confinement on Riven, He attempted to determine the feasibility of navigating the stars beneath the fissure, for he had seen the Mist Book fall from Atreus' hands into the very same space. To this end, he sacrificed several poor souls, alleged transgressions of the law, by throwing them into the hatch so he could observe their fate. It is said that they did not die, but what becomes of them remains a mystery. And that original fissure is no longer alone. New ruptures have appeared in recent years of various locations around the island. In some instances, the Moeti were able to glimpse the breaches before Gen and his minions moved in to contain them. Their descriptions support my suspicion that the forces that are tearing Riven apart are more than merely geological. More troubling, however, is that Gen is not simply containing these rifts, but is somehow using them to travel between the islands. That he has also reportedly devised a way to harvest the energies from the expanse for some as yet unknown purpose. How like him, to wantonly exploit for his own selfish gain that which he does not understand. The starfield beneath the fissure is not as it seems. It is a gentle space, as hospitable to life as a flowing river. That is how Atreus described it, his brief time within the expanse before he linked out, leaving his Mist Book adrift within it, which is, of course, the one we found in first game. He was never able to conclude upon its nature, but I cannot help but to feel that there must be some greater pneuma behind it. Something I should have mentioned earlier. One of the colossal blades that appeared in the course of our escape from Riven, the great dagger that stands at one end of the fissure, has been adopted by the Moeti as the emblem of their struggle. They have their own explanation of how it came to be, of course, but this choice is more apt than they know, as that dagger, along with the other blades, was a manifestation of my rage at the destruction that Gen had already wrought upon my world. I haven't told Moeti that I wrote it into this age, as I feared that would only fuel their overestimation of me, but I can't deny it pleases me to have inadvertently provided them just a fitting symbol for their cause. My limited encounter with Gen's followers have been discouraging. Whenever I've attempted to engage them, they've fled from me. I heard an interesting tale from the Moeti last night, which may help to explain this. Soon after we trapped Gen on Riven, he claimed that it was he who had been responsible for the Great Blades, summoning them as a preemptively punitive reminder of the obeisance he was expeded. In the village circles, it is told that this act marked the beginning of a period of restitution, at the end of which, provided they had proven their devotion to him, they would be delivered into a new and better existence. I will continue my attempts to intervene on their behalf. This cage has finally failed. Gen is free. My sources have confirmed that Gen has managed to create a functional linking book. In fact, he has done so before my arrival, but kept this accomplishment so well hidden that only his closest acolytes were aware of it. I'm keeping with his callous regard for the worlds he creates. He has simply named this age 233. Okay, so it wasn't 99 or whatever I said. I wonder how those symbols make 233. It's not yet known whether he has written others. I've also just learned that years ago a Moeti scout managed to steal a book that was an early failure that Gen had intended to destroy. It was logically complete, but did not work. I wasn't told about it until now, because they thought it was useless. Gen struggled for decades, but he would never get a conventional linking book to work. Then one day, he began construction on a cumbersome mechanical solution, a complex array of devices designed to harness the energies of the starry expanse and use them to suppress his book's inherent flaws. The design phase was chaotic and often dangerous. The moiety tell of tremendous explosions that again sought to contain and wield forces that he knew little to nothing about. But he is nothing if not determined, and eventually he was able to use this enormous crutch to link to another age. I can't deny his brilliance, but it was an abominable solution, brutish and overwrought, and all but entirely unnecessary. I have studied the partially burned book that the moiety took from him. Although he sought retribution for the affront, he appears to have been otherwise untroubled by the theft, no doubt assuming the book would be useless in the moiety's hands. But I can see what they could not. The book may yet be salvageable. The age the book describes is wholly unsuitable as a home for the moiety, but I think it can be modified. I will dream. Oh, so this is that age then. They fix it with like a stone tablet. I've nearly finished writing the moiety's age. The world, as described, is harsher and more desolate than they're used to, but they should be able to sustain themselves here, but will need a second book. Gan has been spending most of his time on 233 lately, so the danger is less, but getting into his lab will still be difficult. The coming collapse weights the air, blurring my vision both day and night. We must act soon. Success! We have secured a second book, though I worry now that Gen will miss it and deduce our plans before we're ready. The descriptive book I prepared as a refuge for the rebels is useless unless I can find a way to correct its inherent flaws. Gen's massive machine mainly functions to manipulate the energies within the expanse. It serves its purpose, but its excess seems unwarranted. The Rivenese have long used crystalline substrates as an elegant means to manipulate light. If I could just find the right material. Last night's dreams have delivered me a perilous plan. I will write this substance into the new moiety age. Is this illustration of her creating the book? I don't know, let's take a screenshot. If we could temporarily access Gen's apparatus, we could use our book to link this new age and search for the crystal. Someone would then have to carry the book back to safety once the link was made. If it fell into Gen's hands, all would be lost. When Gen links to 233, one of his acolytes always remains to shut down the device. We'll have to get to him before he can do so, which means we'll only have one chance before they're alerted to our presence. Everything is ready. I have written the material into the new age, and I have prepared the second linking book as a return path to Riven. Of course, it too suffers the same deficiencies as all of Gen's book, so it won't work unless it's augmented. Once I'm in the new age, I will have to locate the crystal and adapt it to heal the gateway image, which will render the book functional. I can then use the second linking book to return to Riven with more of this material. It's risky, but if it all goes well, the moiety and any others we can convince to join them will finally have an escape. I can't help but laugh at the absurdity of this plan. I sound like Atrus. Should I fail to return, it will likely mean the end of my life, but my only real fear is for my people. Everyone assures me they have complete faith that I will accomplish my task and lead them to a better world. That's the fulfillment of the prophecy after all. But underneath, they're just as tense and fearful as I am. What will become of them if I do not return? Will they perish here on Riven? Or attempt to follow me through this new book to an unknown fate? I don't know what to tell them. Against all odds, it is done. We have already evacuated most of our members to this new age, which the Moiety have named Tay. The world is more beautiful than I had anticipated, so I am pleased. The Rivenese has been liberated at last. They stand beneath the open sky, unafraid, dazzled by their freedom. They are happy. But there's still much to be done. The age is still vulnerable. The only way to completely protect it from Gen is to destroy the books once everyone is safely in Tay. I'm hesitant to bring this up with the Moiety until they had a chance to acclimate themselves to the new world, as it would mean they would be forever exiled from the only home they've ever known. Nor am I eager to sever my own connection and my only path back to my life and family on Mist. But for the greater good, it must be done. For the moment we're safe, but our activities could arouse against suspicions of at any moment. We cannot delay. I will return to Riven tomorrow to resume my attempts to persuade the remaining holdouts to join the others on Tay. For now, though, I must rest. Oh, and that's it. Holy shit. It's a lot of exposition. Okay, in case you skipped that whole thing, where's my screenshots? This was the important stuff I got. Fast way into the animal puzzle area by lighting the things. Was there anything else, like, really important? Wow, you can barely see the ink here. Wait, what the fuck? Wow, these screenshots are ass. The numbers are supposed to be here, dude. What? It's like the text is gone. On all of them. Except this one. I guess I'm gonna take a regular screenshot then. Okay, I think the only real important one is this one. Having those numbers, the combination for the thing. Let me just save it. All right. Well, with that the other way. Oh wait, we got another book too, didn't we? Isn't this the trap book? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. You know what? Let's save and shit. I'm pretty sure that's a trapped book, isn't it? Is that the only way out of here? I can't move? What's happening? I think I bugged the game. Well, this is awkward. I can't do anything. I can't even load. Guess I'll quit then. Okay, it seemed to have saved us here. I don't have the books yet though, so we're gonna have to wait for that. Alright, I've got the books back. Does it matter if I read them or not? I'm gonna just flip through this thing again. Maybe trigger something, who knows? Wow, oh. The door's open. Hello? Don't mind me. Dude, look at this place. What's going on in there? That might be the crystal that we're talking about, maybe? Look at this place. Hello? Not even sure what we're doing right now. If we're just following the path. one's home. Hello? Really just letting me walk around like this, huh? What changed your mind? You gonna... Can you... Oh, thanks. Oh, maybe there's a book in there. Get back. Or something. Yeah, sure enough. That takes us back there. But this... Can I save here? Okay, finally I can save. I'm gonna save here. Then I guess... You know what? Let's try using the trap book, see what happens. Oh, I guess they were... I think they were expecting Gan, right? So when we give this book to Gan and he uses it, he's gonna end up in here, wherever this is. They're disappointed in me. They're gonna let me out, or... Oh. Okay, dude. Bad end, I get it. Can I skip this? Oh wow, I really have to watch the whole credits. Alright, let's head in here, I guess. I didn't even get an achievement for that. Is there really nothing else to do here then? Well, I guess we got the trap book back. I guess that was the big point. And of course, we got all the exposition. We got the actual combination to the machine. Oh, can we go and do that right now? Enter the combination. I think we can actually do that right now, but what does that even do? What would that do? I guess we're gonna have to find out. It's the story. She explained it as he sealed the fissure with that machine. So, but like, why would we? Oh yeah, these three are flashing. Did I do this last time? Like, these are the three you need to press to get in again. From this side. Did they really flash like this? I'm pretty sure they didn't. Wow, okay. So I did all of that run around last time for nothing. Cool. Right, so well, I guess we are heading back to Temple Island. And try to figure out that combination. We still haven't gotten to the dome on Boiler Island, but maybe that's not needed for this puzzle. Or maybe that will actually help us to get there somehow. I don't know. Okay, we are back here again. I was starting to go to the dome to take that over here, but then I took the train instead, because that actually is faster, because the loading times on those domes are fucking brutal. Alright, so it is puzzling time again. Alright, I've brought in everything we know. I've added the Denis numbers to this chart. We're missing 7 and 9, but shouldn't be too hard to figure out, I don't think. So let's see here. If we start with this one, should be a 5, which is this symbol. Well, this one we don't have. It's most likely 7 or it's probably 9. Because if we look here, it starts with this one, then the under one, and then the left one. So this is probably 9. I'm gonna guess it's 9. Might change that later though. Let's just jot it down, put a question mark below it. Next one is a 2, which is this one. I just assume this is 10 for now, because it doesn't appear that 0 is actually a number that exists. Next we have a 6, which is a Windows logo. There we go. Next up, a 1. Next we have a 4. A 1 again. Okay, so here we have... This must be a 7 then. If my theory about 7 and 9 is correct. This one is a 5. That. And this one, is that a 10? That is a 10. So there we go. There is the combination. Maybe. Put a question mark on this one too. If this doesn't work, we flip these and that should work. Alright, let's put this in. We have 5. Okay, I don't remember what all of these are. I think that's a 9. And we have this one. This one. This one is already right. Is a 4. This is another 1. This one is this. Oh. Well, there we go. First try. I guess I'm gonna lift the lid of this thing. Lower this. Move it forward. Oh. I get it. Well, that's awkward. Oh, stop. Wait, is it... Okay, there we go. Fucking kidding me? What's wrong now? Hello? Yeah, that's not... Why won't it go forward? We're so close, man. Come on. Like that. Okay, that... Come on. Oh, it's going. Jesus. Maybe I should have saved. Oh, fuck. Oh, I didn't realize this whole thing was a rift. good. Why is the book there? Oh,
There isn't much time. Where's
Atrus.
Catherine?
Oh shit, this is the last thing you do. I'm sorry,
Trunk is
Atrus.
empty. I don't understand.
Oh no.
You never did.
Well, another bad ending, I guess. Shit.
Father, I am no longer your father because you are no longer my son.
Jesus. Look, boys, I have nothing to do with this. Sorry I broke your thing. I just want to go home, man. I don't know this guy. Oh, that's the Danny book. Hey, I just came to bring you your book, man. I'm on your side.
I don't know what you thought you were doing, but thank you.
Oh.
I finally am free.
Oh shit. Well, that's unfortunate. At least now we know how to summon Atrus. I'm guessing I'm gonna have to sit through the credits again here. Yep. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to find a way to the last dome on Boiler Island. Get in there, activate the marble, which I assume will power up the book. And I assume that book in the Golden Dome is gonna bring me to the age, the 233 age. And in there we're gonna get the combination to the door. I don't know, man. But that's gonna be it for today. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.